The story begins with a woman's murder. A woman named Anna rushes home. She gulps down an entire bottle of alcohol. Her tooth is injured. Anna washes her hands. She throws a bunch of books and papers in the trash. The scene shifts to a man named Jack Harper and his niece Meg. Jack lives here with his sister Zoe. Jack came home late last night. Zoe notices a pleasant smell coming from his place. Jack was a detective for the sheriff's department. His partner Priya joins him and tells him they've got a dead body. Priya and Jack head to the crime scene. Meanwhile, Anna shows up unannounced at her news company after a very long time. The first person she runs into is a woman named Lexi, who now has Anna's anchoring job. Anna tells her boss to fire Lexi, but her boss says that's not how it works. She has a full contract now. Anna's boss says, "I'm a parent too. I can't imagine the hell you've been through, but you literally disappeared for a year." Anna responds, "If I have to reinvent myself and earn my job back, then I will." Her boss says, "No, there's nothing I can do now." Anna says, "There's a dead body that was just found, right? Let me be the field reporter. I'm from this area, so people know me. They'll talk to me." Anna's boss agrees. Anna asks to make Richard her cameraman. Richard was Lexi's husband. Meanwhile, Jack is shocked when he sees the dead body, but he hides his emotions. The dead woman's fingernails are missing too. Jack calls all the officers over and says, "We all know who this woman is, but this information cannot get out, and we need to find her phone quickly. Whoever finds her phone should bring it straight to me without turning it on." Just then, Anna arrives at the crime scene. She meets her cameraman Richard. Priya tells Jack she found a footprint that might belong to the killer, but Jack dismisses it, saying countless people probably passed through this area. That footprint is useless. Jack tells Priya to keep the media away from the crime scene. Priya goes and tells them to clear the area. Jack also comes over and tells them to step back. He starts briefing the media a bit, but doesn't reveal the cause of death or the victim's identity. And then Anna asks Jack, "Is it true that you knew her?" Jack's face completely changes. Priya starts asking Jack why that reporter said that. Jack says she's just stirring things up and taking her shot. That's what these reporters do. Meanwhile, Richard asks Anna why she said that. Anna doesn't give him a proper answer. She starts talking to Richard about his wife Lexi, who has now become a rising star. People probably recognize her in grocery stores and ask Richard to take pictures with their Lexi. Lexi must always be busy with work. Richard probably doesn't get time with her. Anna is trapping Richard in her web here. Jack was watching them from outside. He follows them. He asks the receptionist which room Anna is in. Anna was inside with Richard. Jack could hear their voices. He knocks on the door. Anna comes out, but by then Jack is already gone. And that's when Richard finds out Jack is Anna's husband. Jack calls Priya and tells her to run a background check on Richard. Anna goes to her mom Alice's place. Alice had fallen asleep with the TV on. She's extremely happy to see Anna. And just then, Jack shows up too. After Anna left, Jack was the one taking care of Alice. Jack asks Anna, "How you doing, Anna? And wanna tell me what are you doing? Why did you ask me that in the forest?" Anna says, "I know she was murdered. Tell me, who was that girl?" Jack reveals it was Rachel Hopkins. "Your friend Rachel Hopkins was stabbed to death. But you're not going to tell anyone about this." Anna says, "I won't." Then Alice asks Jack when he arrived, and Anna realizes her mom has dementia. Jack tells Anna they found her walking in the middle of the road at 2 or 3 in the morning. She was naked. Jack says it's getting worse and she hasn't seen any doctor. He even left Atlanta and moved here. He didn't know where to go. After Anna left, he lost his job trying to find her. And today he found Anna in that hotel room. Anna then starts checking out her childhood belongings. She finds some tapes here. There was also an old camcorder. Inside it are video recordings from Anna's 16th birthday with Rachel and her other friends. Anna stops the video. Meanwhile, Jack goes to get Rachel's forensic report. Rachel had been stabbed a total of 40 times. Her nails were also cut off afterward. The doctor says she probably knew him. She assumed the murderer was a man because they found plenty of fresh semen. The doctor asks for DNA samples from all the officials present at the crime scene to eliminate any cross-contamination. But Jack makes an excuse and leaves. Then the doctor finds a friendship band on Rachel's tongue, the same kind Anna had in her childhood. After this, Jack and Priya arrive at Rachel's husband Clyde's place. But the lights inside the house are off and no one opens the door. Jack then heads home, to his sister's house, where Anna is on TV revealing Rachel's identity to everyone. She was standing right in front of the crime scene at that moment. She remembered how the previous night she saw Jack and Rachel together there. Now that Rachel's identity has been released, Jack is furious. Meanwhile, Anna is stalking Rachel, Helen, and Zoe on social media. Just then, Jack shows up downstairs. He asks why she did that. You said trust me. The two of them argue here about Anna's cameraman. After this, the doctor shows Jack and Priya the friendship band. Jack says my sister used to wear things like this. Jack and Priya leave from here and go to Rachel's husband Clyde. Clyde knows his wife probably went to the woods to meet someone that night. Actually, Clyde has diabetes and congestive heart failure, which means he can't do much. And his wife got satisfied by other men. Jack asks, do you know who she was with that night? But Clyde doesn't know about this. He and his wife had an understanding, not in the house, not in their town Dahlonega, and no names. Clyde says Rachel was extremely extravagant, and I gave her a pretty healthy allowance. We were a good team. Clyde starts crying. Jack asks where were you that night? Clyde shows that after Rachel left, he took his dog outside. Jack says was it really necessary to take the dog out in such an electrical storm? Clyde says yes. Then Priya notices in the recordings that Rachel is talking to someone on the phone while leaving. The detectives still haven't found Rachel's phone. Clyde says yes, I'm calling her to listen to her voicemail. Jack tells him you need to stop calling that phone. Doing that, you'll drain the phone's battery. Clyde says okay, you find that phone. It'll tell you who she was meeting, and that person will be her killer. Priya asks Clyde for the clothes he wore that day, but Clyde had already washed all the clothes, shoes, everything. He says, well, I didn't know she was murdered, did I? Clyde says Rachel had relationships with people she could prove inferior to herself. And she probably did just that. That's why that man stabbed her 40 times. Jack asks, how did you know that, sir? Clyde says Anna told me. She came to meet me before you. Jack asks, during this interview, did she ask you something we didn't ask? Clyde says she asked me if anyone knew who Rachel was meeting in the woods, and the answer was Helen Wong. Anna arrives at St. Hilary School. Helen has now become the headmistress here. Meanwhile, Jack tells Priya to take pictures of all the cameras at Clyde's house. Jack sends Priya out of his truck and calls St. Hilary. Helen is busy on another call. Jack says tell her to call me quickly. Helen is actually busy on a call with Clyde. Clyde was saying Rachel's phone battery will die today. He starts calling Rachel's phone again. This phone is vibrating right there in Jack's truck. Jack hides the phone from Priya. He also cancels his plan to go to the school. Arriving at the school, Anna remembers how years ago she came to this same school. Her mom introduced her to Rachel and everyone else. Anna's mom was a house cleaner at Rachel's home. Meanwhile, Priya believes Rachel was murdered by the same man she was meeting that night. But Jack is denying this theory. Priya is saying we should meet Helen Wong right now, but Jack isn't willing to do that either. He says if Helen knew something, she would definitely tell me. She's my sister Zoe's friend. Priya says, when were you going to mention that? Meanwhile, Anna meets Helen and asks her who Rachel was meeting that night. Helen says, how can you say she was meeting someone? Anna says I have an anonymous source who has already told me that person's name, but I need confirmation, a second source willing to go on the record. But Helen doesn't tell her. Anna asks, are you hiding this from the police too? Helen says the police haven't even asked me this yet, and why is that? Let's ask Jack. Hearing this, Anna gets up. Helen says, do you think a 20-year-old secret loses its potency or goes more explosive over the years? 5 people know this secret, including Rachel. Meanwhile, Jack tells Priya to pull Clyde's phone records. Jack suspects Clyde. He says find out who Clyde called after we left, and did he call his wife even after we specifically told him not to? If yes, then he's hiding something from us. Jack himself goes and cancels the order to trace Rachel's phone. He tries to unlock Rachel's phone but fails. Priya was watching him. She says the doctor is asking for those DNA swabs. Jack says yeah, I'll drop them off myself. Jack then goes home, but Zoe isn't there. So Jack takes his niece's DNA sample instead of his own. Anna is standing outside her and Jack's old house. She starts remembering how, looking at this house, Anna told Jack about her pregnancy. Anna then goes to her mom's place. She brought groceries for her. Anna asks, "How are you doing?" Alice realizes Jack told Anna. She says, "I called you, not to burden you but just to talk. But you completely disappeared." Anna says we need to see a doctor, but Alice refuses. Just then, Anna gets a call that Lexi Jones isn't answering her phone, so Anna needs to quickly get to Atlanta to anchor the evening news. Right then, Anna's mom forgot to remove the shell from the cooked eggs. Anna quickly leaves from here for Atlanta. Meanwhile, Jack arrives where Rachel's dead body is kept. He tells the worker here that my wedding ring might have fallen here. Using this excuse, Jack goes and tries to unlock the phone using Rachel's dead body. Rachel's eyes open and the phone unlocks. Reading the chat between Helen and Rachel, Jack finds out Helen knows about Jack. Helen also called the sheriff from her end. The scene shifts to years ago when Rachel asked Anna during lunch to bring a girl named Catherine to their table. Rachel brought a drink for her. Catherine drank the drink and it tasted disgusting because it had piss in it. Now Anna gets ready to anchor the news. This was her best chance to get her main anchor job back. Meanwhile, checking Rachel's phone, Jack finds a submissive video of Clyde on it. But just then, Jack's niece shows up. Jack goes outside, so Zoe sends her daughter aside. She asks Jack what's going on here. Rachel was my friend. She asks Jack about his relationship with Rachel. She asks, "Were you with her the night she died?" Zoe asks, "Did you kill Rachel?" Jack says, "I'm your brother. Do you really think I could do something like that?" Zoe asks, "Why did you swab your niece?" Zoe had also smelled Rachel's perfume on Jack the day after that night. Jack admits he was with her, but after that Jack left. He didn't kill Rachel. Meanwhile, when Priya arrives at the forensic lab, the worker asks her if Jack found his wedding ring. Hearing this, Priya is shocked. Meanwhile, just as Anna's show was about to start, Lexi shows up and takes back her role. Anna is devastated by this. She takes her car and leaves from here. Jack gets a call from Priya saying that despite us telling him not to, Clyde first called Rachel and then Helen Wong. Priya says maybe whatever's on Rachel's phone is embarrassing for Clyde. Jack says, "Yeah, our main focus should be on Clyde and Helen." But Priya says these two don't wear Timberwood boots. She's received the boot prints found there. These size 10 boot prints belong to Jack. Clyde wore size 11 shoes. Jack tells her to drop this lead and just focus on Clyde. But Priya asks him, "Why were you looking for your wedding ring even when you don't wear one?" Jack says, "I wear it sometimes." Now Jack is also on Priya's suspect list. Jack arrives at Helen Wong's house to meet her, but she's still at school. Meanwhile, Priya watches Clyde and sees him throw something in the trash. Priya checks the trash and finds a mask. On the other side, Jack arrives at Helen's school, but Helen doesn't open the door from inside. Jack heads back. He goes straight into those same woods where Rachel was murdered. But just then he sees a car leaving from there. Jack goes ahead and sees a cemetery here. And just then, someone points a gun at Jack. Jack says, "I'm a detective with the sheriff's department, lower your gun." This man turns out to be Jack's coach. The two of them meet. The coach says little kids start knocking over headstones, then I gotta straighten them up in the morning. But now the coach's son had installed cameras here, so kids don't come around as much anymore. Jack goes to check the recordings from these cameras. They were motion sensor cameras. Jack sees that on the night of Rachel's murder, someone came here. This person was standing in front of Jack's dead daughter's grave. Meanwhile, Anna also starts remembering her daughter, who was crying a lot one night. Jack and Anna were trying to calm her down. Anna didn't want to leave her, but Jack says she's okay. They both left her with Anna's mom. Now Anna starts crying, remembering this. She goes to the hotel. Richard shows up there too. He apologizes for Lexi's behavior. Anna says it's okay, she was babysitting for her sister-in-law. But Richard tells her he doesn't have any sister-in-law. He only had one sister who also died 20 years ago. Just then, Jack gets information about Alice. The police found her in the middle of the road again without clothes. Jack takes her home. He says, "You're lucky you're still alive." Alice says being hit by a car is not a bad way to go. It's better than dying day by day, not knowing how to get home, not knowing who I am. Alice asks Jack, "What's going on between you and Anna? Do you still love her?" Jack says, "I love her, but it's over. I can't do anything." Alice says, "Do something, Jack. Tell her that you need to talk." Jack sits there watching Anna's old news anchoring videos. He sends Anna a message saying we need to talk. Jack goes home and falls asleep. In the morning, he gets a call saying we got a second body. Jack arrives at the crime scene. This dead body was Helen Wong's, which Anna saw first. Priya says Helen had called Anna to meet her here, but when she arrived, there was a dead body in front of her. Jack asks Anna, and she says as soon as I saw the dead body, I called my cameraman, called my boss, and then 30 minutes later called 911. Jack asks, all the doors were locked. How did you get inside? Anna says you have to ask Helen. Jack asks, where were you the night Rachel died? Anna says in Atlanta. Helen was also killed with a knife. That friendship band also came out of her mouth. No fingerprints were found at the crime scene. The entire place was wiped clean. Right there, Jack sees Anna and Richard talking together outside. Priya tells him Richard's background check revealed that he broke a woman's jaw 3 years ago. Jack goes and argues with Richard. Anna goes from here to meet the mayor at City Hall. Anna wanted the mayor to do a televised town hall. The mayor didn't like this idea at all, that things would escalate further. But Anna says no, you need to convince people that the town people are strong, safe, and unafraid. Anna explains to him, look, this town runs on tourists. But if news of these killings spreads too much, only underemployed online detective crowds will come here, which will ruin the town's economy. So good luck for your re-election. Meanwhile, Helen's eyes had been stapled shut. Liar was written on her forehead. There was also a friendship band in her mouth, which didn't look old to Priya. Jack goes searching for the bracelet in Zoe's belongings. He asks Zoe, where did you get this? Zoe says Anna made them for all of us. Then Jack gets a call from the sheriff saying the mayor wants to do a show for the press, and I want you to head it up. Anna finds out her mom was found wandering outside last night too. Anna quickly goes to her mom's house. Looking at her room, she remembers how on her 16th birthday, Rachel brought her a bra. She tells her to try it on right there in front of her. Just then, Zoe, Helen, and Catherine also show up. Rachel tells her it wasn't P. Rachel takes out her camera and clicks Catherine's photo. She also clicked Anna's topless photo. Just then, Anna's mom calls out to her. She tells Anna you should come here. It's safe here. But Anna says she can't stay in that room. She goes on to say, when I'm done here, I'm gonna go back to Atlanta, and you should come with me so that I can take care of you. Just then, on the other side, Priya finds out Jack had cancelled the request to trace Rachel's phone. Priya's suspicion of Jack increases even more. Meanwhile, people gather at the town hall. Anna and Richard have also arrived here. Richard sees a gun in Anna's purse. The two of them go inside. Anna addresses the people, saying the purpose of this town hall is to provide you with some answers and comfort. Jack is called forward. He says Rachel and Helen were probably murdered by the same killer. He says I've worked in the homicide department in Atlanta before, so let me tell you, the majority of these cases, they do go unsolved. Hearing this, people get agitated. They turn against Jack. They start asking him, what are you doing to keep us safe? Zoe shouts, let my brother talk. Jack says I got a job to do and leaves from there. Anna tells everyone I found Helen Wong's body, and what I saw there was about as bad as anything I have ever seen. She says the killer usually knows their victim, meaning one of us in here might know who the killer is. People start saying to Zoe, you went to school with those girls. Fighting and arguments break out among the people, and Helen gets content for her news. Anna's boss is very happy. Lexi says I'm also going to Dahlonega to do field news. Meanwhile, Zoe says to Anna, what was all that? I haven't talked to those two in years. You tell me, why did you come back here? Are you still holding a grudge about the thing that happened 20 years ago? Anna asks Zoe, where were you last night? Zoe says very funny. She asks Anna, does it scare you who might be next? Anna says to her, does it scare you? Anna sits in her car and replies to Jack's message about talking. Meanwhile, Priya gets a call from the forensic lab saying Harper's DNA sample is cross-contaminated. Got strands from 2 different people in it. Priya's suspicion increases even more. She looks in Anna and the others' yearbook. They all used to wear that friendship band. Jack and Anna meet alone. Jack says I know you weren't in Atlanta the day Rachel died. You saw me with her, but I didn't hurt her. Anna says I didn't do it either. She asks why were you with her? Jack says same reason you were with that cameraman. Anna says but my cameraman wasn't found dead the next day. Jack says I can't tell anyone about what happened with Rachel. They'll kick me off the case. After that, who's gonna solve it? But Anna doesn't agree with Jack. The two of them start arguing about their daughter's death. Both of them were hurt by that thing. Jack says, but I never understood that after how low and broken we were, you picked then to leave me. He says, I have never been that cruel to you, Anna. Anna says, this is how you remember it? Jack says that's how it happened. I tried to take your pain away. I tried to be there for you, to hold you. I want to fix you, I want to make you better. Anna shouts, I didn't want you to make me better. I just wanted you to listen to me. She still tells Jack to shut up. Anna says you wanted me to hold you, so that's why you held me. Anna reminds him how that day Jack told them to leave their daughter with Alice. Anna says when you kept telling me that I'll be fine, it felt like a request just to get over it. But Anna didn't want to be okay. When her daughter left, all that was left in her was this impossible hole. It was all that Anna had left of her baby girl, and Jack kept trying to take it away from Anna. Jack apologizes to Anna. He comes close and hugs Anna. Anna hugs him and starts crying. She also apologizes to him. After this, the next day in the meeting, Priya says I have a lead. She talks about the angle of tying those 4 friends' friendship bands on the tongues of the dead bodies. I think the friends became bitter rivals. And to find out why this rivalry exists, Priya wants to question Anna. Jack was against this. But Priya suspects there is connectivity between Anna's return and their past friendship. And this way, Zoe also comes under the circle of suspicion. She's also one of those 4 friends. Hearing all this, Jack gets angry. He says the main suspect is Clyde, not Anna and Zoe. Priya says liar was written on Helen's forehead. She knew the killer, and the killer knew she would be at school and how to break into the school. Jack says thousands of kids went to that school. Any one of them would have known that. But Priya says who breached a locked door to get to the murder scene, claimed to receive an invitation by Helen, and who wore the same friendship bracelet, and whose career has been revived by the discovery of a small-town serial killer. It was Anna. Jack angrily leaves from there. Priya gets permission to interview Anna. Jack goes to Clyde in anger and shows him his video. He says your wife humiliated you. She had relations everywhere. She didn't care about your rules, and you hated her. She blackmailed you with this video to get more money, right? And after this video gets out, it would affect your image. Your pizza sales would decrease. So you killed your wife. But then you can't find her phone, so you called it over and over. But you forgot Helen Wong. And Jack has the text conversation between Helen and Rachel. Jack says you tried to keep Helen under your control too, but then she has a change of heart. She called the sheriff, so you killed her too. Clyde says wow, you got me. Yes, I didn't like my wife. Yes, I tried to drain that phone so that the video would never be seen. But Rachel wasn't blackmailing me. I am not the C they are talking about. Clyde knows about Jack and Rachel's relationship. He tells Jack to get a lawyer for himself and leaves from there. Jack calls a man who gave a tip. This tipper says I was with Rachel in Atlanta. We made a couple stops. She said she wanted to see a friend. She went to a tall building, but when she came back, she had slap marks on her face. This man says this all happened months ago. Meanwhile, Priya questions Anna. She asks, were you, Rachel, Zoe, and Helen close? Anna says no. Priya shows her their photo, saying it looks like it. Anna says looks can be deceiving. Priya asks, how did you break into the school? Tell me the truth. Anna tells her we friends knew a secret way to get into the school. When we were studying, the school had a strict late policy. The main door would be closed, so we would enter through a secret route. Priya asks, is there anyone else who was in your friend group? Anna says no. Meanwhile, Zoe arrives at Jack's place with pizza. Zoe was scared. What if she is next? Zoe says something happened on Anna's 16th birthday. Rachel and Helen were mean girls. They were bullies. Zoe says on Anna's 16th birthday, things might have gotten out of hand. Zoe hesitates a lot in telling the story. Just then, an officer arrives with a list. This list was of the tenants of that building where Rachel went and got slapped. Jack finds Richard's name on this list. He leaves Zoe right there and goes to meet Richard. He asks Richard, where were you on May 18th? Richard doesn't remember. Jack says I believe you were with Rachel. Richard denies it. He says I was out of the country shooting a movie in May. Jack asks him about his arrest. Tell me, why were you arrested for assault before? Richard says Lexi had a stalker, so Lexi was acting aggressive, so he confronted her. But Lexi attacked and Richard defended himself. He says it was just raw instinct. You can ask your wife about it, which makes Jack attack Richard. Meanwhile, Priya asks Zoe, what happened between you 4 girls? Zoe says 5. There was one more, Catherine. Anna arrives at Richard's place. She says you must have told him something about me. Anna says I'll also tell your wife about us if you press charges against Jack. The sheriff scolds Jack. He makes it clear that if you go near this case, I will take your badge. That night, when Zoe is going to take a bath, someone breaks into her house too. The scene shifts to Priya, who starts researching Catherine. Priya also finds Rachel's call records. Rachel made the most calls to 3 people, 1 Clyde, 1 Helen, and 1 Jack. Just then, on the other side, Anna and Richard find out at their hotel that a woman called their news station and canceled their room reservation. And now there are no more rooms available at the hotel. Richard says I have a place. It's my in-laws, but they don't live there. He convinces Anna to come with him too. They're heading to a lake house. Anna remembers that on her 16th birthday, all those girls also went into the woods. They're dancing here, but just then some boys show up too. Rachel knows them. She introduces them to Anna and Catherine. Rachel takes money from these boys and hands over Catherine to them. Now Anna and Richard arrive at the lake house. Anna says, tell me your wife isn't here. But Lexi was right there. This was her idea. She wanted to clear the air with Anna. Meanwhile, Jack goes to Zoe's house and sees water dripping from above. Jack goes upstairs and calls out to Zoe. On the other side, at the lake house, Catherine's photo appears in front of Anna. And here, Zoe's dead body is in front of Jack. Anna realizes Lexi is no one else. She is Catherine, who has now become thin. The scene shifts to years ago. When Catherine's sister gives her advice about her weight, Catherine angrily empties her sister's inhaler, and she dies while boating with her family. Now Anna quickly calls Jack. Come to my location quickly. Jack is crying, my sister is dead. Anna tells him it was Lexi. But just then, Richard comes and takes Anna's phone. Jack starts heading toward him. Priya points her gun at Jack, saying you need to talk to me, and you are literally covered in blood. Jack tells Priya, please lower your gun. Priya calls for backup. Jack tries to calm her down. He comes close and punches Priya. Anna starts telling Richard, you don't have to help her. Anna pulls out her gun and fires at Richard. Richard runs. Anna locks him behind a door. Then a fight breaks out between Anna and Lexi. Jack is coming toward them. The police arrive and pick up Priya. Catherine says you lured me into the woods 20 years ago. The two of them start fighting. Just then, Priya finds out Rachel and Helen were blackmailing Lexi. They knew something about her sister's death. And this is when Priya also finds out Lexi is Catherine. Lexi and Anna were fighting fiercely. Anna hears Jack's voice from outside. Lexi picks up the gun lying in front of her. Jack saves Anna. From outside, Priya shoots Lexi. By this time, morning arrives. Jack asks Anna, what is this all about? Anna says Rachel was the ringleader, and Helen and Zoe knew about it too. They let me and Catherine into the woods, and these men showed up. They attacked Catherine and Rachel, Helen, and your sister watched. Anna says I tried to tell you this, but I couldn't. Right here, Priya finds Rachel's nails at Lexi's house. But Richard was still saying my wife and I didn't do anything. Now you all must be thinking the story should end here, but no, that's not the case. A year later, Anna is pregnant. Jack is raising his niece. They all go together to meet Alice. Right here, Anna finds a letter written by Alice that contains the real truth of this story. Alice always wanted her daughter to be happy. But then her grandbaby dies, which pushes Anna away from them. Missing Anna, Alice starts watching her videotapes. And during this, the video of that incident from 20 years ago comes in front of her. It reveals that Anna tried to help Catherine that day, which is why Catherine escaped from there. But those boys caught Anna. Catherine also runs away, leaving Anna behind. Whatever happened there, happened to Anna, and the other 3 girls just watched everything. And that's why her mom killed all 3 of them. After Anna and Jack both left from the woods, she stabbed Rachel 40 times. She took off her clothes and started walking on the road. She acted like she has dementia, but her memory was perfectly fine. Her memory was as strong as a bear trap. She recognized that Lexi was Catherine just by seeing her on TV. Alice used to work as a cleaner at the school, so she had keys to that place too. She also had keys to Zoe's house. She only acted like she had dementia after each murder. She never wanted to kill Catherine, just frame her. Alice was the one who canceled Anna's hotel room reservation. She was watching everything, and when Priya killed Catherine, she didn't feel bad at all. Alice says killing Rachel brought you home, killing Helen kept you here, and killing Zoe gave you the family you lost. She tells Anna, "Love my grandbabies as I loved you." Seeing all this, Anna just smiles. And with this, the story ends right here. Let us know in the comments how you liked this explanation. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.